Hi Jed, really great session last week, mate. Main points from the session, we're trying to increase distance, obviously with your 3-iron hybrid. We figured that your 5-iron wasn't really a problem. You were hitting that pretty solid, good flight. As soon as you came to your 3-iron hybrid, you were struggling to get the ball airborne. It was like a dipping flight. Obviously, you got up initially and then just dived straight away and not really getting any distance with it. Now, we used the flight scope and we've explained that as we've gone along. Your main problem was how your swing path was quite excessively out to the right side, and what we tried to do was throughout the session was try and balance that number out, like zeroing it out basically. So we know that you're going to create an outward path by hitting down into it. Now we know that the more you hit down, the more out you hit. So if you've got a slightly downward hit, then you don't need to swing out as excessively as you have been doing. Now just look on the left hand side here, this is the start, right at the start of the session. I've marked out your spine inclination to the ground. Obviously that's this one here, and then we've just marked off your right knee position. If I just quickly put one in here as well, I forgot to do that. Now what we're going to see here is we get to the top of your backswing, which admittedly isn't the longest in the world. You know, you've got your right leg straightening in the backswing, that's good. Now as you come down into it now, if you watch the right leg work forward quite excessively already, you can see your backside's coming away from the wall, so to speak. If we just get into impact there, you can see your pelvis has worked forward, your right knee's worked forward, which has meant that if we can just mark the sensor, your couple of sensors here, you can see the change in your spine inclination to the ground there straight away. So your pelvis has worked forward, which has then pushed your swing path, sorry, very far out to the right. Now the only way you're now going to get that on target is by whipping the right hand through. You can see here, if we just follow this through here, you can see there, obviously club face closing quite excessively. And you can see there you've lost all spine inclination to the ground, it's come up. Like I said, that's just really going to force the path out to the right hand side. The drill we gave you was, obviously we want to try and get it more looking like this. Again, if we just put that on there, if we just run this through, let's get it to the top of the backswing and then stop. What we're looking for from this position here is for your right leg to regain its original flex position as it was at setup. So if we just start this down, you see there, if we get to about sort of P5, sort of left arm parallel with the floor, you see that this right leg is now regained flex as it was at address, and will now start working towards the target. You can see there, even the further he comes down into it, he's still not pushing that right knee forward. As a result, his pelvis isn't working forward, he's not losing his spine inclination. If anything, he's actually flexing forward too much. You can see that there, he's barely changed. So what we had you do was, we had you hitting golf shots with your right leg straighter, and almost feeling like you were going to try and hit some little cut shots, so a pull cut. So it's going to start left and start working out to the right hand side. And for you to do that, you really had to shift your path left excessively. And the reason why we got you to hit little cuts rather than little pulls is because you tend to really close the face quickly through impact. We need to try and hold on to that. So we need to stop you from using the right hand going through. So if we just go to the top of your backswing here, and again, and stop. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't perfect, but you can see the right leg's not moving forward quite as much, and also you haven't lost spine inclination to the ground anywhere near as much as you can see there. It's very little difference. It can still get better. As we can tell there, the right leg we could do with being back a little more, which would then get your spine flexed over the ball more, so it flex forward more. You can see there, like I said, we're just starting to come out of it a little bit, but you can actually see if we just put both of these through to the same roughly position, you can see the right knee hasn't worked forward as much, in which case the pelvis isn't going to work forward as much. When I say forward, I mean if you imagine from a caddy's view, so to speak, we don't want the pelvis working towards the ball, we want it to work towards the timer. And that's where we're sort of going wrong. So you drill really to try and help this out. Like even if you're on the tee, waiting for the group in front of you, swings with your right leg straight and feeling as though you're trying to hit a pull cut, so you've really got to get your spine flexed forward more into impact, get the club working left more, trying to get it working back the other way. And again, this is only a feel. We know that you like to work the ball right to left, but it's a very, very good feel for you moving forward to try and zero out that swing path. Well done, pal. Best of luck with it. If you need anything, give me a shout. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.